Dear brothers and sisters, I welcome you all to hear and see this video message. In this video, I am going to explain how our Prime Minister Modiji disrepute the profile of Prime Minister of secular democratic India in 2024. Content for this video that I given in the description, you can go through and study. Reference for this article I taken out from the leading newspapers and magazines from India and outside India. Modi's opposition calls him fiku. This means that Modi lies constantly. He tells half truth. Many times he accuses history. Once his statements are proved to be deliberate lies, he does not utter a word about it, let alone explain the situation. People make fun of him for it. They say his knowledge of history is inadequate. In reality, the lie is deliberate. He is inventing the big lie. Even Modi ardent followers are disappointed and surprised by his speeches. They have not liked the language of the Congress wanting to snatch away Mangal Sutra and buffalo from Hindu families. Some devoted supporters saw a godly form in Modi, but they know that gods do not speak lies. That is why they are disappointed. Modi has forgotten the dignity of the Prime Minister's office, spreading a new lie each day, sowing seeds of hatred every hour. Modiji does not speak about his own manifesto or even his achievements. Is there a particular reason why the BJP manifesto was forgotten by Modi and Amit Shah? Attempting to polarize the electorate on religious ground is a tried and tested BJP tactic. The logic is simple. If the demolition of Muslims can get even half of India's Hindus, who comprise 80% of the population, to forget their other differences and rally around the party, another electoral victory in the bag. A BJP factory of hate and propaganda has been established on WhatsApp and other social media. It is meant to create an atmosphere of insecurity in the country and help the BJP win votes from voters fearful or imaginary or exaggerated threats. BJP party trying to shore up its supporters in states like Bihar, Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan, where Hindu-Muslim polarization has paid off in the past. This is especially important for reviving up its young mobilizers who might also be affected by issues such as unemployment. Modiji labeled the Congress party as anti-Hindu and asked Hindu voters not to cast their lot with a party when his election speech for 17th Lok Sabha. The tone and tenor of Modi's speeches are an attempt to garner the wavering votes and consolidated the Hindu vote by using populist nationalism and majoritarian campaign. Modi is a polarizing figure from the inception. Modiji has made it clear the bigotry is inherent to his nature. The history of the Gujarat riots on RSS connection is not going to simplify diplomacy anywhere in the Islamic world. Prime Minister Modi has emerged from and is supported by the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh RSS, the hardline Hindu nationalist organization. The BJP is intimately linked to the RSS, which has been banned 3 times by Indian authorities. The RSS is deeply distrusting and worse of other religious minorities in India. In 2014, Modi was able to do so by campaigning the image of a man who gets things done with the BJP enduring strategy of casting Muslims as a perennial and continuing threat to the other residents of the country. Progress, development, roads, schools, bridges, education, hospitals, industries, employment, agriculture, growth are no longer issues in the country elections. Now BJP sponsored issues in all elections are 80% and 20% ratio. crematoriums, graveyards, loudspeaker, bulldozers, teaching lessons, temple versus mosque and church and versus gurudwara, changing names of streets, division in the name of food and clothing, etc. Unfortunately, a large section of the media is also being used by the BJP to sow hate and reap the votes. The screenplay of religious and caste division is created a year before the election of each state, and as the election approaches, the religious divide becomes bigger. The question is whether the India of the future can be built on this hate-filled religious, caste and economic division. Modi dominates the propaganda machinery and survives because conflicts are most important in the country and are easily brainwashed. Mainstream outlets enthusiastically spread hate against Modi chosen enemies, Muslims, the opposition and liberals. The media has a moral responsibility towards its viewers for reporting issues that truly matter, providing them with an informed opinion, alerting them of possible consequences and empowering them to ask questions. By having the ability to direct large public attention to certain issues, these gaudy media channels determine what to talk about, whom to target and what to worry about. When these directions are politically motivated, they have negative consequences on a state democracy by directing public attention to what the people in power want them to see and think, and often what they want them to forget about. Consolidation of BJP's own Hindu vote bank by erasing caste identities, diminishing Muslim for this purpose, and painting the Congress as an anti-Hindu and pro-Muslim party has been the three-pronged election winning strategy of the BJP under Modi and Amit Shah. This is evident in yet another falsehood the Prime Minister has been hawking through his campaign speeches, as well as several well-scripted interviews he has given to plain journalists. Look how quickly and predictably Modi has surrendered to the temptation of using the time-tested communal card for electoral success. Modi, aged 73, born and raised in the western state of Gujarat, has been RSS member since his 20s. In 2008, Modi wrote a book in Gujarati on 6 people who inspired him. All 16 were men belonged to the RSS, portraying a very narrow worldview. In the history of India, no Prime Minister has lowered the dignity of his post as much as Modiji has by his divisive communal politics. Have you noticed one very peculiar thing about the Modi government? In its life of the past 10 years, it has seldom been punished politically for its wrongdoing. Setting aside criticism based on issues of ideology and the trend to majoritarianism, one can easily point to the many blemishes and failure of the BJP government, but they often go unrecognized or even trumpeted as achievements. Modi popularity, boosted by fawning propaganda machine, has so far ensured national election victories, but he will not be there forever. In his absence, the BJP will need a strong organization, but it is being destroyed. Our Prime Minister Modiji is acting like a salesman for Hindutva business, not like the Prime Minister of India on his election propaganda in 2024 general election. He is destroying the future of India by inciting hatred among communities in India. So I wish and pray this should be prevented by secular parties coalition government of India. Amen. Bible talks about Prime Minister Narendra Modi not worthy for that role in India. In Ecclesiastes chapter 10 verse 5 to 6. There is an evil that I have seen under the sun, as it were an error proceeding from the ruler. Foolish people like Modiji are often given high position, and rich people That is like Vajpayee, VP Singh, Narasimha Rao, Manik Sarkar, Nallakannu and Hazare are left to fill lower position. That is, yes, I accept this. Jai Hind.